Gazelle. So yesterday I came for a little wander and I came to visit these lovely trees. There's three of them and they all lean away from each other. They seem very symbolic of what we're all being asked to do at the moment. But there's a real sense that these are leaning away from each other because when they were planted, the Victorians who created this lovely park didn't understand the essence of these trees and that these trees needed more space. So they've each pushed out to make space for the sun to come down to them. And that seemed very magical, and the trees are agreeing with me. They've suddenly caught the wind and they just showed me the card of boundaries, which I kind of ignored and threw back in there. Boundaries. And in this card, we see people heading towards nirvana and climbing up because they're creating boundaries. So, anyhow, I'm hoping today to get some messages about children and parents. I've been getting a lot of noisy. You see, it must be what's happening, because whenever I get near a truth, there's a noise from the matrix. So, parents and children, because it seems to me that parents need to be, and grandparents, people who know children, we need to be standing up now and saying, how dare you? How dare you try and inflict trauma on our children through your economic mismanagement? That ought to be a sign above all other signs that this is immoral, the way this is happening. Because we are trying to create an entire moment where we traumatize the young. And this has to stop. This really has to stop. So, let's see what the cards have to say about children and families. Do you have any messages, please? Children and families. Do you have any messages? Children and families. Do you have any messages? Children and families. I've got two cards. So, we have the card of intuition. This is 71. This is the back of your head. This is spirit knocking loudly on the back of your head to say, wake up, do not allow this. You know, we've had wars. My parents were children, very young children during the wars, but these were things that traumatized the whole globe in different ways. And we're now using a virus as a microscopic warfare on the emotional language and makeup of a whole entirely new generation. And it has to stop. Hear the knocking and open your eyes to it. The second card is shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. Shield your energy, the energy of love. Don't allow yourself to be drawn into the energy of fear. Look beneath the surface. See the truths that are out there. I saw a really interesting post from Sondra, a friend who I met in Romania, and she was saying that while we keep hearing the statistics of the deaths in Spain each day, she had some stats on the number of people that die in Spain every day from road accidents. And I haven't checked them. It's something maybe you could do, but there's been less deaths in Spain as a consequence of the lockdown. Now, I'm not saying that the lockdown's fabulous, but I am saying that we're not being told the full story. We're only being shown the fear. How many people each day are we being given statistically who recover, who've had the virus and recovered? We're not even doing the testing to know those numbers. We're just being fed the version they want to create trauma in you and your children. So, any more messages? Look, another card saying guard your energy, shield your energy, guard your energy. Our energetic fields are being invaded by fear, and you need to protect your children from this. This is she-wolf, this is mother wolf. She don't let anything step into her pack. She's fierce. So shield your energy. So now I'm going to ask a Rasuli what messages they might have. It's a bit windy here, so it's difficult to get the cards out properly, but I just wanted to do a short message because children and families and trauma keep coming into my mind and they need exploring. Speak out, communicate and solve the conflicts. This is green, this is the natural world. Speak out. It's time to speak out. We're being fed a diet through the media, through televisions, through governments that's false, really, because there are elements of truth within it. Of course there are, massage statistics and things, but it's not the full truth. The whole point of living in a modern society is we should have access to the truth. You know, in Britain we had a new rule which was the Freedom of Information Act, and yet that's been used to still hide things, when the whole idea is that if you give people free information that is honest and true, we can make our minds up. You can't make your minds up if you're being fed only half a story or a quarter of a story or just a grain of sand from the entire beach. Speak out. It's time for us to speak out and let them know we're on to them. So now I'm going to go to the animal spirit deck. Speak out for your children. Speak out because you're annoyed that the things like schooling and life and pleasure is being robbed from your children. Sorry, soapbox. So, do you have any messages, please, animal spirit cards? Do you have any messages? The wind's really getting up. I'm worried we're going to lose a card to the river. Sure we won't. So, do you have a message, please? Do you have a message, please? That one did try to get away. It slithered away. It's a snake. It's Cobra. So, Cobra is standing up to attention. Cobra is fire. It's new ideas. But Cobra is to be a leader, to stand for something, to know your value, to teach values, to share values. You know, if we're talking about the lives of the children and the new generations coming up, we are their guides, we are their teachers, and we need to stand up. Don't let ministers who, let's be honest, they don't usually do anything for your benefit. It's always their own. Be the leader, stand up and be counted. Speak out. That was the other card that we had from the Rasuli. Speak out, be counted. This is the future of your children. I know I'm getting across, you know, but it is making me cross that we're allowing this situation to emotionally traumatize the young. It's immoral and it has to stop. Do you have any other messages, please? Do you have any other messages? You see, it's gone calm now. Now that I've said the bit that Spirit wanted me to say, the wind has dropped. But it's our responsibility to see that these kind of traumas are not laid inside the emotional bodies of the next generations. How dare you, governments? How dare you, corporations? So we have Gazelle and Fish. Fish is do not be led by the current, the fear current that is trying to draw you in. Sorry, someone called the phone. I should have put it on thing, and it's always the same person that calls me. So I'm going to have to think of them as my spiritual interrupter. Fish is being pushed by fear in the wrong direction. away from your intuition and your moon, being drawn, being pushed, being led. Don't be led. And then we have Gazelle. Gazelle is to be completely still and at one with your intuition, connected to the natural world, connected to the spiritual world, the cosmic energy, and to know gently and firmly. Sirens now, there's just a big emergency. So Gazelle, grounded, calm, speaking truths. Okay. Any other message, please? Any other message? Any other message? Tarantula. We have a choice. Be calm and make a choice for the sake of your family, for the sake of your friends, for the sake of your children and other people's children. Make a choice. See the fears and take them inside you and transmute them into love by stepping forward to speak truths. And then we have shedding of skin. This is the shedding of the global skin. This is a moment where we can make a global difference for all future generations. And then we have Fire Ant. Fire Ant is the reorganization of absolutely everything we know to this point to be our truths. Everything's changing, but we really do have to fight this with love, with strength, with commitment to each other, but most of all, seriously, for young people. They do not deserve this. We may have made mistakes. We may have allowed governments to dictate to us, and we may have rolled over and just accepted it. But now it's time to stand up and not accept this for the sake of the future generations coming up. Do not let this situation traumatize an entire generation, because that's not on. Anyway, that's my message. Wassail, people. Bye. So I've just been having a bit of a meditation in between the three trees and trying to go into the roots of the trees and down into the earth to accept these really lovely energies. And insects began to buzz around me whenever I had thoughts or notions that the trees really wanted me to bring to you. And the message is to do with children again, obviously, but about us as adults forgetting the children we are. So we live in a society full of rules, and these rules stop us from being children. We're all meant to be playful. We're all meant to enjoy life, and we have structures and rules that we've put on in order to stop everybody really celebrating existence, fun, and all of the visions. They were so funny. They were deeply serious. They really were. And in one, it was to do with kind of having a very tantric, beautiful moment with somebody, and I pushed them into a lake because it was funny. And then there was a whole notion of kind of like a play fight, like you do as a child, and then laughing because you both suddenly go, why are we doing this sort of macho sort of thing when it's completely pointless? And that realization is the realization we're meant to be having right now. You know, this is all of what we've done, all of this sort of raw masculine is so pointless. We all need to just stop it and go back to being children ourselves, us, everyone, old people becoming children. We all need to be children. Anyway, that's the message that came through with a lot of bees. Actually, I'm just going to say, yesterday when I was up in the gill, a bee from nowhere, like it just suddenly came from another dimension right in front of me, massive bee, flew right up my third eye, my forehead, and it felt like it went through me because no part of my vision saw it turn off. So this massive bee came and just went wah through me. So anyway, I don't know why I'm sharing that. It just came to mind with all the bees that seem to be coming in at the moment when I'm connecting. They're turning up. And I also saw another hummingbird moth yesterday. Oddly stuck and died to a sticky bud. But having never seen any, I've now seen 3. 2 beautiful living ones and 1 that have passed over. I'm not sure what the message is there, but anyway, what's sale?